1051. B. Simone was on her podcast, and she was talking about how, because of her financial situation now, she's not shopping at Bloomingdale's anymore. She's shopping at H&M. Let's listen.
This was hilarious.
I feel like there's been so much financial, just my finances, like the budgeting. You see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't have it like, and because I've invested in this app and this platform, I don't have the liquid. I got the money.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's coming.
One thing I want to point out real quick, the second time hearing this, and then also hearing like the Breakfast Club hosts, they're laughing at her. I don't think B. Simone realizes, I think she's out of touch. Like, I don't think she realizes how she came off crying about having to shop at H&M. Like, she doesn't know that she sounds like she's pretty much calling anybody, which is probably a large majority of her fans, peasants. She's like, I had to shop at H&M like a peasant, when I could have been shopping at Bloomingdale's or wherever the hell she likes to flush her money down the toilet, apparently.
I have it in assets. I have it in jewelry. Yeah. I have it in, but it's like the liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
Girl, I got H&M jeans on right now. Literally right now, I got H&M jeans on, okay?
And a whole bunch of H&M stuff
you see
that you taking back.
Because last week I was in France for business at Cannes or Cannes or whatever. Everything I took was from H&M and Zara. What are you talking about?
So what is the...
You see what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah. So what is the question? Is shopping at H&M and stores like that, is that a bad thing? Is that what we asking?
That's not a bad thing. That's the only thing.
Price of everything going up. And it's fine to have a couple of nice pieces if that's what you're into. But when we got to this place where you can only wear things once and you got, that's trash and whack.
H&M and Zara is high end to me. Okay. Yeah. I'm Marshalls. Yeah. All right. Before y'all was boycotting Target, I get all my t-shirts from Target.
Right.
What are y'all talking about?
Zara is definitely high end. It's hot as hell.
Let's be honest. Target has some pretty good t-shirts, especially if you're able to stick to the plain t-shirts. Like I buy all my black tees from Target. I think I've said that before. And there you have Charlamagne saying, hey, I shop at H&M. I shop at Zara. Are we peasants too?
Oh, high in price, expensive.
And not for nothing, Zara's prices went up. Yes, they did.
Yes,
Zara's prices. Yo, you a bird, yo. You shopping at stores like H&M and Zara a bad thing? I mean, you seen her crying and she seemed distraught that she couldn't go to Bloomingdale's. That is the question. Now,
Simone need to get a job.
Well, you got it. Damn, and not a 9 to 5 either. She ain't doing them. Don't even play with her like that.
Dude just said B. Simone needs to get a job. Yo.
Listen, no, you got to really still think about where she was, right? Because she used to ball out in Balenciaga. She used to ball out in Bloomingdale. She used to be able to do that. Now, to go from that, and now you walk in there and you like, we got to go to Forever 21, or we got to go to City Trends, or we got to go to H&M. That's different for you. So for her, that's different.
I don't feel sorry for her.
I'm not saying
no.
We should
no
feel
way,
sorry,
shape, or
but
form.
I'm saying we got to.
And B. Simone ain't got no kids, I could tell, right?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't have any
Because that
kids.
stops early.
Not
Once you
yet.
start having kids and you start seeing college and you start seeing activities, you be like, man, just give me a white t-shirt.
And crying over it.
That's a pretty good point. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Having kids changes how you look at finances and what you're investing in, especially when you're, like you said, looking at college. You're looking at investing in life insurance and taking care of your family over a long period of time. And of course, if you don't have any kids, you can't really have that perspective. Somebody asked a question about, or somebody was talking about feeling bad for her. What's there to feel bad about? I mean, what's there to really feel bad about? If your complaints, and I've had to check myself once in a while, complaining about minor things, and that's how I keep a level-headed attitude in most cases. I'm like, what is there really to complain about? When you really complain, most times you can think very quickly of how things could be much, much worse. You're complaining about shopping at one store instead of another, when the truth is there are people out here who don't have any money to shop.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
They don't have any money to shop, and things can be much worse. They're bigger problems.
My whole life.
I was the black t-shirt king for the longest time, and I just had nothing but black t-shirts on. Just don't know.
Your jeans on, so I can't say a damn thing.
But you wear sheens like that sometimes too.
All right, damn it, let me say it. I wear Shein, I wear Temu, I wear Pretty Little Thing, I wear Alibaba stuff. I don't think we're missing anything. I just think that B. Simone wants us to like look at it from her perspective, right? Like she was at one point only wearing.
People
and
can't
shopping
afford
at these
eggs
places.
right now.
Yeah, we don't relate to
juice
you.
and
Right,
rent.
right.
So let's go to the phone line.
We're not missing anything. She's missing something.
She's missing it because what Jess said is true. I just want to know, who does B. Simone plan to get sympathy from?
But if you were at one point only shopping brand name clothes, to me, the first thing that I go to is, okay, that means that you were flushing your money down the toilet. People have to, at this point, realize that a brand name piece of clothing or bag is as good as its reputation, or how scarce those companies make those actual products. But at the end of the day, they're made for a couple of dollars in China. I don't know if you guys remember, but they had this whole situation where they were exposing all these brand name outfits and how they were made in China during the time when the tariffs were at their highest point of drama. As always, we're going to check out some of these comments, see what the people have to say. Top comment here reads, her friend should have said Jesus. Of course, they're talking about how, she'll use that word Jesus a lot randomly, and she was using it when her friend was talking about struggling. Her friend was really somebody who was really going through it was, I didn't even think of that. In the last video I released, B. Simone's friend was there talking about how she's friends with the celebrity, B. Simone, and she's going through getting on food stamps and government assistance, and she's begging and calling out from the depths of financial struggle. And one thing that stood out to me is she didn't shed one tear. But you had B. Simone there crying over H&M. Somebody else here added, baby, I be feeling bougie in H&M. Somebody else here says, Ocho Cinco got hella money and shops at H&M. What the F she's crying for? Brand name clothing. I've never been big on it, if I'm going to be honest with you. I get buying something that feels what it costs. But there gets to a point where the cost of a shirt, once it's past like $38 or $40, I'm talking about a regular t-shirt. At that point, you're paying for brand. The returns are not necessarily felt. They're diminishing. And you're paying for the actual brand. I'm not saying that people shouldn't do that. I'm saying it's never been a big thing for me. I have bought things that mean something to me, like pieces of art, that mean something or they stand for something. I get that. But I don't think any of these brand name companies have any sentimental value to a lot of people. Another person who says nothing wrong with H&M. Here's another person who says she's 6 steps away from Family Dollar. Another person here added, all my clothes come from Shein, Zara, and H&M. I do wear designer sneakers, though. Here's somebody else who says, I wish I could shop in H&M. That's too expensive for me. Think if this chick right here is a B. Simone fan. You pretty much just like shit on all your fans. When it comes to sneakers, I know people resell sneakers. I know people do that with bags too. I can see the logic behind that as an investment or something that other people are willing to buy later on down the road. Last thing I want to talk about that I didn't touch on is apparently B. Simone is working on some type of an app. And if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be a spiritually based app. I'm going to read a little bit of this right here. It says the beta version of LTTA app is finally here after 2 years of trial and error. This has been the hardest but most exciting project I've ever worked on. This app will be a place where you don't only get exclusive content, access to private events, but will heal through community. So it's some type of spiritual based app. I know she's like being celibate and stuff. And the contradiction in all that is a recent promo video of her in bed with the baby. That's the scene there. She's in bed talking to the baby and pretty much sounding like she wants him to clap the cheeks. Listen, guys, that's it. As always, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you're looking for a prenuptial agreement guide, a guide that shows you how to get a prenup, right? You're engaged or soon to be married, head over to fathershaverights.com and access our guide, which I can promise is the most detailed guide on how to get a prenup presented by expert attorneys and will cost you less than a couple of coffee dates to get this information. Appreciate you. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.